Hi everyone, welcome to your astrology forecast. At the end of this video, if you guys are interested on getting your chart interpreted, and there's gonna be a demo and a sample of what you can get from the report. So make sure to stay tuned all the way to the end of the video. And of course, we're running a little promotion. So stay tuned. Okay, Virgos. Virgos, what has happened to us? The retrograde cell. How do you feel? Welcome to your monthly horoscope forecast. It's October, and it's gonna be one of those times where the challenge has been accepted. This is what I see. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. But welcome to everyone here. Um, we're gonna be doing a monthly horoscope for the Virgos. We're gonna be following sidereal astrology, and we're gonna be basing it from ascendant. Okay. Now, for the people who wants to use their moon sign, you're more than welcome. But for people who are watching this from their sun sign, of course, you're more than welcome to be entertained with the gorgeousness. But I do highly generous suggest, highly generous, okay, highly generous suggest that you find out what your ascendant sign is. And if you don't know, of course, you can get the chart in the description box below. But wait all the way to the end so you will see the demo on how to get it and what's the process. Okay. So, are we ready, Virgo? Are we ready for this? We're gonna be looking at all the planets that goes retrograde, and I was explaining it to all the zodiacs on what is this retrograde because people have this thing explaining it, and I feel like we fall short of getting to people's mind what is retrograde really. I'm not gonna discuss with you how it is. Um, Happening in the ethers, but I'll discuss it to you plain and simple. If you live in California, which is here in America, in the East Coast, and your ex is from the West Coast and they live in New York, so you have LA and New York. If they live in New York, they better stay in New York because if they move to Arizona, it's too close. You're not going to be comfortable. So think of it that way. When your ex goes near you, it's like, I don't want it. I don't want it. There's too much past. There's too much things going on here that I have to deal with, right? So that's just plain and simple with retrograde. If it's far from the sun, next to Earth, then there's so much things karmically that the planet is giving us. So retrograde is that easy. You may find challenge, right? If a person is next to you that you don't want to see anymore, that's what it is. Not that you cannot see the planet, like you can't avoid the planet, it's still gonna surface. So that's what it is. Okay. Plain and simple, peanut butter and jelly. And there's planets going in retrograde and there are planets going direct. Meaning going back to its natural how to say this momentum basically. You got that now, so you like it. I make astrology fun, easy to digest. Welcome if you're new. You will have a ball watching your prediction. Let me see here. So what do we have for the Virgo here? Let's you're gonna see here the calendar of events that the universe has for us. So you're gonna see that. You got Mercury. Okay, let's discuss first. You can screenshot also the retrograde planets, the events, the time, eclipses. It's all gonna be flashing on the screen. So take a screenshot and then make sure to remember those dates. Now, doing this whole Mercury direct prediction, October 2nd, it's been retrograde since September 9. Um, there's a lot of things that has changed with your mental, like how you perceive things mentally. Mercury is in charge of our choices. So you probably feel right now you're more than, you have the courage to make the decision, which is good. With having this direct motion now, on your end, you feel more secure. Health, when the Lagna Lord sits on its own home in a natal chart, they're very healthy. So this is and Virgo rules health also, and Mercury rules Virgo. So then this is the time where you were more health conscious. Can be there's different kinds of health. You have mental health, spiritual health, right? Emotional health. What about the pocket wealth, Sal? Health is have we resolved that issue? No, we'll go there. But what I'm seeing here for you right now is that um, you're trying to become more smart with your decision. You're becoming more aware of the wrong things that you have been doing, and you're making, you're breaking down walls and barriers as you move forward. Now, in astrology, we you have 12 houses. Think of it as you're a landlord, and your name is um, Virgo Village. Okay, so let's just call it like that. So you own 12 houses in this apartment condo, and in these 12 houses, one of the houses that you have, when you go to each of the house that you own, you open it, and 10th house, when you go 1 2 all the way to the 10th house, is your career, is your business, which is ruled by Mercury. So during this time, you may feel like, business has come up and down. If you own a restaurant, POS not working. If you work in retail, or if you have a business in retail, malfunctioning chip reader, things are taking longer to process, these sort of things. And clients overbook, schedule just like crazy because it wasn't fixed in the first place. That's why it's just becoming fixed now. You're fixing it during the retrograde because it was never fixed. It is now brought to your attention, that there are things that is not functioning properly in your career. So once it goes direct, things can get a little bit more smoother. So, but be careful. Not be careful. I always remind people to make sure to use your dasha and your antardasha before the transit. Okay, I forgot to mention that. Now, as Mercury goes direct, so this is the ruler of your first house in the 10th house, which is good. Good for you that it's finally going to its direct state. Now, Saturn over here, dun 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 dun, for the Virgo. How's your romantic life? What's going on there? It's been an issue here. I feel like there was fear involved in this relationship. You were not able to understand directly if you still want them and you still like them. You were working hard, trying to get the date, like you were dating someone because it's sitting in the fifth house. If you open the fifth house, this is the dating, the romance. This is the part where you find your happiness. This is also like a mantra and prayers. It's retrograde here, so you probably have an issue with your dating, and then they come back, especially like Mercury rules your Lagna Lord, and it became more difficult than what it is. Now, fifth house is also a house of luck and opportunities, Bhagya. So this is the time where you will embrace new endeavors. This is the time where you may invest in stock and trading, or open up a new business, which is good. This is looking at the situation that you have, meaning as far as like your happiness, reassessing it and doing something about it. You may feel like you need to exercise and really just stay active, or you need to go to a place where they can address certain, let's just say, consultation and counseling. This is what you're going to have. You are going to be working hard and long hours. This is what I'm seeing also, as you are going to become more focused in the work. So for some of you, I'm seeing here also that you are helping other people, like charity, like charitable institution. You're giving your time to that, to those organization, which is good. Saturn goes direct. Saturn rules the fifth and the sixth for you. So when it goes direct, and next year it will move directly to Aquarius. This is a time where you really focus on even more in your health. But now, if you're doing it, that's good. You're gonna focus on your career. You're gonna focus on how to say this, and paying off your debt. So for some, if you're student loans, this is gonna be the time that you're gonna be paying it. Or if you borrow money from someone, or if someone borrows money from you, this is the time that it's gonna be settled. Okay, because sixth house is debts and illnesses. This is what it's known for when you open that sixth house. Now let's go to planet. Alrighty, Jupiter. Okay, so Jupiter's been retrograde since July 28 and going direct way far though, November 23. So Let's see here, November. So for Jupiter, for the Virgos, this is the time where, since I mentioned what the date I mentioned, July 28th to November 23rd. When a planet's retrograde, then it's closer to us, right? And it's the ruler, seventh house lord. You open that, and it's like, who's the tenant here? Jupiter's the tenant. They're just too close for comfort. Let's just say that uncomfortable, too much karma in this house right now. When I say too much, unable to handle, and that's why it causes separation. But Jupiter here does not cause a separation. It creates, I feel like, unrealistic. How do I say it? Unrealistic. Like you're putting your person in a pedestal, rose colored tinted glasses basically also here. But now during the retrograde, you have seen them for who they are, so you're more open, your eyes are open now, you see them, you understand them. It's like, oh, so this is what's going on, so you see it. All right, this also creates, once it goes direct to Pisces, this can be the time that you will get married. If you're running a Jupiter dasha and Jupiter antardasha and Jupiter is in the seventh, you're gonna get married, you're gonna get in a relationship or a business contract. But Jupiter's a karka for the spouse, so this is gonna be strong marriage, okay? With those things that I've just mentioned. So this relationship, I feel, gets better and better as the day comes. But right now, I feel like it is really just more of a handful. Okay, it's just like, oh my gosh, how? It's just trouble. Ooh. And the next, oh, I forgot to mention, but Jupiter also rules your fourth house. So during this time, this is the best time for you to, you may be learning from home, like master class. Also, I'm seeing it here. Maybe studying from home. This is the time where you also want to relocate, but it didn't manifest, or you were trying to buy a car, but it didn't manifest. It's for the better. So don't worry on that one. What I'm seeing here also as let me see what's the next, Mars. Okay, what's the next is Mars. Okay, so Mars is going retrograde on October 20th and direct all the way to January 12th. So who is Mars for the Virgo? Now, Mars owns your eighth house, and eighth house is this is the part where you don't see coming. It's the house of surprise. Eighth house. These are sudden changes in life. This is a time where you have to be careful with excuse me, with driving. Okay, sorry about that, guys. This is a time where I've been doing prediction nonstop, and also consultation nonstop. This is a time where you feel that, because this is the Mars in the eighth, like, I need, not that you feel, this is a time where you really have to take in consideration your health. Anything that is surgery, this might come to you, so be careful. Or your sibling also might get into surgery, so but you may also have some friction, some fight, some arguments with your brother, so be careful on that. What I'm seeing here, as it is sitting in your ninth house, you are a go-getter for your dreams, but sometimes less is more. Mars is not disciplined here. You may have issues with your father, your teacher. You may have issues with the government, so be careful. Because during this time, this is a transit that can break the law. So be careful if whatever you're doing, because it brings sudden changes in your life. Now, for others, this is also detachment from, like, you have enrolled in a university or in a class, and then all of a sudden you're gonna say, I don't want to do it anymore. I just don't want to do it. You know, so it lacks discipline here to finish a certain task when it goes retrograde. So I just need you to be more focused on that one. Okay. Now, what else can we see here? Now, I'm gonna make a separate video for the lunar eclipse. That's different. Also for there's a full moon, okay, that's happening on October 9 in Pisces, and new moon happening October 24 in Virgo. That one you need to watch for, because it's happening in 1-7. We call it 1-7, first house, seventh house. Seventh house is the partner, so relationship might come into a situation. Let's see here for my Virgo. Oh, okay. So the exaltation of Virgo, is going to be happening on the 20, all the way to the 26th, of course. So what does it mean to be exalted? To be exalted is, a planet gives its 100. Okay, so it's going to give 100. So let's just say I did this to Capricorn. You don't like grocery, but you like to go shopping. But both are shopping, right? Both are shopping. One is just for daily needs and other is for luxury. If you're a person who doesn't like, okay, grocery, then if you go there, it's your debilitation. And if you like shopping, Virgo, and then you go to Rodeo Drive and you give 100 energy over here trying different bags and clothes, and then you feel fulfilled 100, you give it 100, that's exaltation. Okay. So think of it that planets has that energy. When they're comfortable, they're exalted. When they're not comfortable, they're debilitation. Okay? So debilitation sign. So exalted in Virgo until the 26th, which means like you are gonna be enjoying good health. You're gonna be, which I've seen already. You're gonna enjoy more about your transformation. And remember, I'm not discussing this right now, but the sun is 7 degrees in Virgo, sidereal. So which means like you are bright, you're shiny, you're really giving it all. Just be careful because Mercury is combust also all the way to October 2nd. Combust meaning when a planet goes near its planet sun, it doesn't give us, okay? It's not giving us what normally it can give. So I think of it as LeBron and Jordan in the same room, who's gonna basically be seen, the legend, the living legend, or a legend, okay? So then, okay, if Jordan and LeBron is in the same room, of course it's gonna be Jordan. It's a living legend over here, right? I mean, like, to be living, and have all these things, meaning as a name, as a king, basically. So combustion means sun eats the other planet because you cannot see it. It's the sun is too bright, and in Jyotish we are in the sight of the planet. So that's why we don't use outer planets, because the outer planets cannot be seen by us during the time when the Vedas was giving this to us. So that's why if it can get outshined. So once it outshine, the king wins. Mercury bows to the king. So what Mercury can give us normally, you can't. Mercury's outshined by the sun. So now it becomes just another sun. There's nothing that it can give to us. So October 2nd until that time, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with your speech. You gotta be careful with your choices. So wait a little bit after that. Okay. So that's how. Now I want you to put in the comments right there if this was able to help you. Could just type it there. What are other things that you probably would want? Because the goal here is that as a group, Virgo, other zodiac, when I do the astrology, we can all learn together. So next to this is the um how to get your chart, okay, interpreted, and then what's the process, all those things. Because when I do the Astro 101, when I go live, I do, you guys can ask me question and then we can learn together when we're looking at a chart. There are different subjects and topics that I will be doing, which I would invite you, of course, to join me. So make sure to check out the chart in the description, and then but watch first the demo next to this. Okay. But other than that, I'm gonna see you guys again, and stay tuned for what's next. I'm so happy that you're here to see what we have installed for you. So when you get in the description box and then you get the chart, let me just show you a brief, okay, introduction on what you will get. So first thing first, you need your time and place of birth, okay? And then once you got that, you can see here that you will get the planetary details. Now, what is your ascendant sign? Where is your sun place? Where is your moon? And at the same time, the nakshatra and all those other information. Now, you will see also in your chart interpretation where what is the nature of the planets? How are they, in each of the houses? So this is going to be like a very lengthy report. It's almost like 40 something pages that will be describing different planet interpretation based on where it's placed in the houses in your chart. So, um, uh, After that, once you see that, you will also get the interpretation of what are the gemstones that is going to be good for you, what are going to be the lucky day for you. There's some lucky numbers that is good for you, the lucky stone, the lucky color, and then there is also the auspicious dates and months that is going to be good for you. Now, the recommendation for gemstones, once you get into that report, it can give you the life stone. Okay, it can give you also the sub gemstone, because some of the gemstones are very expensive. Now, there's also going to be the fortune stone for the bagya, meaning for luck and opportunity. So there's a lot in this report that you can definitely, enjoy, learning about yourself. Um, and then once you have, of course, your chart, what's good here is that I am going to be doing the Astro 101. We already have done it, where there is a time where I go live and then we can interact, and there are questions that I will be able to answer depending on the subject that I'm doing for that video. And it's live. So once you get your report, then there are times where when I start doing the Astro 101, then we can learn together about what is going on in your chart further. Okay, so for everyone who's wondering, you can get your chart in the description box below. So if you get the Astronova, I believe there's a special promotion. I believe it's like somewhere around 75% off, which is such amazing investment for yourself. And it will also have the 2023 prediction already for you ready. Okay, so go there, and then this is just only for this weekend. So make sure to check it out. And I'll see you.